And we're live. Hey there, everyone. We're doing a special session here. We have Teacher and No Girl and WormTime. And you have something special. Maybe you guys could tell us about it.
Yeah, so Ellie reached out to me about a week ago and said, when we roll over to the new month, we wanted to do a deck building with all of the Jedi and just kind of take a look at some of the strategies that go into that deck building and what you're looking for. And I thought this would be great we got all these new players on GEMP, especially with the bots. It's very popular right now. Let's show them how to do this. And the first thing is that you'll need to join a league. So there's several sealed deck leagues. We got a Premier to A New Hope. We've got all of the Jedi Sprint, all of the Jedi Grinders, Reflections, and I think there's a Space one, but the Space isn't very popular. Um, and all of the Jedi Sprint and Grinders are the same thing. You're going to get 2 packs of every single pack that Decipher put out. So all the way from Premiere up until Tatooine, I think is Tatooine's the last one.
The Palace
Um,
is the last one for.
okay. Yep. And then at the halfway mark, they're going to give you one more pack of each. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll join the league, you'll go into your deck builder, and you can see the drop down here in the top right. It says AOTJ grinders, and you'll see the packs there. And No Girl, you can go ahead and just click on each of those packs. You do need to set the product to packs and boxes to get them to appear. And as you click them, they will all go ahead and open up, and you'll get to see the cards. When I'm doing this, I like to have some fun with it. I don't spam mine. I kind of go through them one by one. Sometimes I like to go through them chronologically, starting with Premiere and then A New Hope and then Hoth, and kind of do it the way the set's released. Other times I'll just do it, top to bottom, left to right, like I'm reading them. Whatever way, fits you is great. And as I spam through them, I'm just kind of looking for a couple things. The first thing is, am I getting any main characters that I could operate with? And the second thing, and probably the more important thing, is what does my space package look like? So go ahead, Ellie. Let's go through these and kind of see where they go.
Sure, packs
So
in general.
what's that?
Packs in general.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
just go ahead and start opening whatever you like. It doesn't matter.
Okay, go back over.
They're all fun.
We'll try to do this in some kind of order.
Okay. That one's pretty boring.
Yes.
You had locations there. So.
Got a bow shack.
So yeah, so how does a person know what they got? I mean, obviously a Vader and an Obi-Wan is good. I mean, I think Boshek's Boshek's uncommon. So I think you complain about in Reflection Sealed locations being too sparse, or like, is this a good? Is this bad? I mean, how would someone know?
I try to look at it from like a magic point of view for removal. Like I see Talon roll, and if I get like some decent TIE fighters, like I know I'm putting that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really know yet. What you're looking for is mains, for synergy, and for cohesiveness. So, you could just keep on going through. Right now, the rare in that pack was Organa's ceremonial necklace.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the rare cards aren't your best cards anyway. We see a protector here. Blaster proficiency could be a very good card to have.
A couple more locations.
Okay. Not too much going on there. You got a drain 2 location.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Try to get some kind of order here. I think I would have gone off first, but whoops.
That's okay. Yeah, just keep going through them quickly. Yep. Don't spend too much time because we'll get a chance to discuss the cards as we build the deck.
Sorry for right clicking that. Doink.
Right. He is not ready. Okay.
And well, so far you haven't gotten anything good. I can definitively say that.
Yes, I can also definitively.
Or a lot of times you're waiting to those reflections packs, and you're like, "Come on, give me something good in reflections,"
Yeah. Oh boy, I got an operative. All right. An Anahuat operative. Tauntaun skull. Come here, big coward. All right, we can start doing so. Let's get all the proton bombing stuff. Keep right clicking by accident. Sorry.
And of course, when you get to Death Star, you're praying to get an Emperor or a Luke. Corporal Kensara could be pretty good.
Yeah, I got transport. Yeah, I haven't had too much space either.
A
I got a Tiderium.
lot of indoor sites.
Jabba the Hutt could be good, and the audience chamber. So maybe the makings of an alien style deck. Hidden weapons.
Yeah. I got a
Okay.
weak way guard. Let's get some blasters and skiffs or something. I just got to speed on to Coruscant.
Okay, we got some senators.
All right, if I get the council chamber, I got a puller there. All right, the Senate.
Yeah.
The light side Senate.
Nice.
Yeah, for the light side. Yeah, you'd like to see a dark side with as many senators as you have here.
Yeah, I know. This is nuts on that. All right, let's go back to Death Star 2. Systems.
Sites 1.
Nice.
So you do have one thing to tell. Oh, one tie at least that's eligible.
There's another tie.
Yeah,
Frigate.
another interceptor there. And if you'll notice,
wing cannon.
Ellie also pulled a Sullust, which is a Drain 2 space location. And prepared defenses lets her start 3 effects is good. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 something specials.
All right, so the reflections pack. This is big here. This is a lot of your fate rests on these reflections packs. You got Mahdi and Devastator. So if I'm Ellie, I'm already starting to think Darkseid could orient around space.
Yeah, and I will say in my experience too, like epic duel. God, I swear I pull 2 to 3 epic duels nearly.
Right, they're so useless.
Yeah, and freaking
you would need to draw a circle because Vader's obsession is not packable. It's not in any pack. So
all right, I think I got.
It's not in reflections.
Incinerator. I got the incinerator, so I got this combo.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
All right, go back down. Let's go reflections too.
Okay, Flagship Executor's good card. All right, costs a lot to get out, but it's a good card. Omnibox and its worst, great card for that format.
A woof.
All right, Dr. Evazan Pandababa combo card. That's really good. You do got Luke's lightsaber, so pulling a Luke would be really nice.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And it's foil. Desperate Reach. I like the Desperate Reach V card. Very good. Off the edge, I got a Prisoner. Gift. I got a gift and an R2.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Guri.
Another droid to attack at the incinerator.
Another Twix.
Admiral Ozzel, very good card.
Local Uprising.
Is that Never Again Leave the City? Is that the one that
free
deploys free?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Fondor. Yeah, it's the Fondor. So if I can pull like a Fondor, that'd be sweet.
No, what you want to do is you want to pull mobilization points is what you want. I don't remember seeing it, but we could take a look. Okay, Pit Droid.
Yeah, changing the odds, really good card.
Really good card for this format. Yep.
I had a Jedi.
No girl did pull the mobilization points.
Oh, nice spy, teacher. Nice spy. This is going to be a really nice space deck, I think, for the dark side. Light side's been pretty sparse. I'm not thrilled with your light side pulls, Ellie, but
me either.
Maybe a Qui-Gon with Saber with our last pack.
Did Ellie pull any AT-AT walkers?
I don't
think so.
Okay, because I saw the effect there that does the ping damage at the markers.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Get that.
All right.
Get some AT-ATs in the next half of the sprint.
So we've opened up all our packs, and what you want to do now is change your product from packs and boxes to cards, and isolate either light side or dark side. I love starting with dark side here because you've got just so much better options. Okay. Now, personally, what I like to do, because you've opened up all these packs and you want to now know, like, what do I have? What can I work with? And I like to start with something that I could either work with or eliminate, and that's starships. Do I have enough to play space? And the reason I like to ask that first is that many decks do not have enough cards to actually play space. Okay. So right here, you see you've got a wide range of ships. You've got some starfighters. You've got some capital ships. And this is certainly a fleet that should you get those cards out, you can hold down space in this format. So the next follow-up question is, okay, well, if I can hold down space, do I have enough systems that I could drain at to make it effective? So now we'll check our systems. And we see we only have 4 here, okay? Now, that being said, we have some decent systems here. We've got Sullust, which drains for 2, and we've got Cardia, which pulls with the mobilization points that teacher mentioned that we have, okay? And we also have now Hutta, which is nice because it's a drain 1 for the light side, but gives you 2 icons. So I would start here by putting those 3 systems into the package and then going back to our starships to see what we want to put in there.
So question,
And I would say,
pardon me, question, why not put Gaul in there? Because it's also a drain for 1 as well. Or you just don't like the...
you could certainly put Gaul in, but it only gives you 1 activation. And when you craft these decks, you only have 40 cards. So location-wise, you want to limit yourself to probably like 6 at max and more like 4 or 5 usually. So as you're running there, you want to consider, look at this space package. We've got a couple big deploy ships, Flagship Executor, which we're hoping to deploy for free, Devastator deploys for 8, and the Battleship deploys for 7. So you want to be able to get those icons and be able to deploy them as you go. So we might come back to Gaul if we can't find some good sites, but I'd now like to take a look at which sites we can supplement these systems with. So let's take a look at our sites for the dark side. And here, because we're thinking about kind of a space package, you want to consider sites that will give you activation but don't expose you too much to a drain. Obviously, the ice plane's a great location. Gives you 2 icons, gives the light side 0, and if they don't have a spy, they can't get there. And wow, is that all your sites? Oh my.
That is all of my sites.
Okay. So let's pop the incinerator in there as well because we don't know what else we have, but that's a drain 0 for light side. You have EV909, which can add to your drains there. And let's go back, and since we only have 5, really like playable sites here, let's go back and add in Gaul as a potential. All right, and now let's go to our starships and see what we want to use. So obviously, I think the 4 capital ships definitely got to go in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before we decide on a starfighter package, why don't we drop the card type to starship weapon?
So I do have Stinger and Gory.
Oh, that's definitely going in there then. Yeah, you can go ahead and add Stinger now. And let's check the starship weapons to see what kind of TIE weapons we have here. You got a couple really great TIEs. You've got 2 interceptors. You've got a TIE scout, and you've got, no starship weapons. That's unfortunate. So, I mean, you can imagine if you had a TIE cannon to put on Scythe 1, that would have been really, really nice.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we need to supplement these Star Destroyers. Let's go back to our ships. So the interceptors aren't as valuable as you would like. You would love that. What about those droid starfighters? What do we got there?
We got this one that, while it's at a with a battleship, which I do have, it's higher power and makes deploy more.
I like that. And how about that? I'd put in both droid starfighters, and I'd put the TIE Scout in too. And one of the things that you'll find in this format is nice about running space is, as you go through the game, it can become very apparent that your opponent has a very limited space package or none at all. And when that happens, you're dropping 1 ship. You don't care how big it is. You're challenging them. Let them prove that they can overflow you. You got to take some risks in this format. And if you can quickly get out to 2 or 3 systems and start draining early, you can do a lot of damage. So again, 40 card decks, drains are impactful. So I think that's a nice space package. And
like the two TIE Scouts or just the 1?
Oh, I'd put both in there. Yeah.
Right.
TIE Scouts are, yeah. And time to take a look at our characters.
All right.
So we've got 2 ground sites. You don't need to really defend too much on ground here, okay? So I would first focus on pilots. So we definitely want Mahdi and Ozzel. Those are no-brainers, right? What other pilots do we have? Well, we got Dr. Evase and Ponda Baba combo. And honestly, like they're great, on the ground by themselves. So you definitely want those. We know we want Guri. The comms chief is kind of interesting, as is the Imperial Helmsman. I'd put them into start as potential. They deploy for 3 and their forfeit's low, so it's kind of like, but I'd put them in now. We can remove them later if we're, pressed for space. Lieutenant Tanbris is deployed too. Major Farron or whatever his name is, definitely deploys for 2.
Oh, there.
Yeah, that guy right there. And the Outer Rim Scout, you got to get him in there as well. So surprisingly, not a lot of pilots, but I think, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pilots plus Guri and Dr. Evazin. So that's pretty good there. Does anybody else see any pilots they want to add?
What does Sebulba do? Does he add anything decent? No.
He doesn't even add power. He's more of a ground guy, even though it says he's a pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about the Rodian? Can you check the Rodian real quick, please? Okay, 1. Not great. Okay.
Not great. And only has 1 ability, only has 2 forfeit. I usually skip the Rodian. And now we look at droids, because if you remember, we got that awesome droid to drain at the incinerator. Get rid of pilot. Yep. And so we got some nice droids here. I thought we had 2 of that EV909 droid there. Okay, we do. Yeah. So we go with both of them. And obviously you want the 2 pit droids, which deploy for what, 1? Yeah, definitely the 2 pit droids. And I'd say definitely those are 2 units. And now you have the double edge combo here. You've got the 2 battle droids. You can use them, or you cannot use them. And the reason is that, do you want them to be able to battle you at the incinerator, or do you prefer to just sit there with no ability? I think both are valid choices. And I also think you can put them in and then decide during the game whether you want to deploy them there, or if you want to go elsewhere with them. So let's throw them in for now and maybe see how this deck rounds out.
Right, because if I have the stuff and I can drop it, they'll draw 2 Destiny together.
Exactly, and that's powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've crafted basically what we're going to be using this game in terms of attacking and defending. And we have some minor card types left, specifically creatures, effects, interrupts, and some objectives. Now, if you can draw a Bubo, that's like an auto add. It's just a tremendous creature card there. So I always do take a look at creatures to see if I got that. Other things, Womp Rats can sometimes be useful and things of that nature, but I always do give a glance to my creatures to see if I got anything to play with. But here, I don't think that there's too much worth it. Let's go down to our effects and see what we're going to be using. We know we're taking mobilization points, and we know we have prepared defenses. So if we could find a situation where we have 3 cards which are immune to alter, which are startable, we want all 3.
That's not okay.
I mean, you had cannot hide forever. I'm not sure, but yeah, I see mobilization points. Something special planned for them if you think they're going to retreat.
Well, not only that, but we have Star Destroyers. We have 2 Star Destroyers, so I think something special planned for them is a great choice, Bill.
Okay.
Now, we know we want Never Again Leave This City. Oh, you just got it filtered for alter here. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I was looking at those for now. I can go back, though.
Is that all the effects? Man, you really wish you'd pull Hoth. Like Teacher said, you got both the Walker effects there.
I know. So we have a grabber. Let's see. Yeah, they may never leave the city again.
Yeah, definitely put in Never Again Leave the City.
Well, I don't have Bespin. It has to deploy to Bespin for free.
Oh, it's only to Bespin. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that one out. Man, that's a big miss there. Do you guys think it's worth it to put Hide Forever in? I'd say probably not in this build. It protects you against odds. Odds are not very common in sealed deck, although if you can get the odds and high destiny characters,
Yeah.
it's almost like an auto win. It's very impressive. So you could put it in there, but I probably would not. And you've got this interesting card, Return to Base, which I think is a really good ad for your deck, because you've got some very cheap deploy starships that you can cycle.
Yeah,
through.
the bacta for the starship.
Yeah. Did anybody else see any effects that kind of caught their eye?
Can you go to pin down, please? It's the top left of that list. I didn't get to read that. May not react away from battle.
Blaster.
You don't have any blasters, though. Yeah, you don't have any blasters.
Well, we haven't looked at character weapons yet. So that's a good point. Let's go look at character weapons, and we'll see if that pin down can be useful. Just in case. Because we do want. Oh yeah. So then new Naboo Blaster. This is a big card. Okay. Naboo Blaster Rifle is one of the best cards in the format because it's Destiny +2. Okay. Mm-hmm. And when you pair that up with Ponda Baba Dr. Evasion combo, okay, you could really do some damage. I mean, talk about big overflow. People generally, again, they're at the mercy of what they drew. So it's very common to see two characters holding a sight down. And if you could take one of them out, you're going to deal some big damage. So that's a wonderful card to have there. And now we can go back to pin down and see if it really benefits us. I'm guessing no, but worth taking a look. Yeah. Opponent can't react away.
Oh, and for canceling battles, if they try to cancel.
So it's kind of useful. And the reason is this light side card, Arcona. Okay. These things can be a real thorn in your side. And one of the things we're going to talk to when we get to the interrupts is if you have those rebels won't escape us, it's an auto ad, because you want the ability to ambush an Arcona. If you get a Lieutenant Arnett or a what's that other dark side character who stopped Commander Nemeth, I think.
Yes, sir.
Stops react.
Yep.
Yeah, those are also auto ads for the same reason. You want to be able to ambush a light side Arcona. And on the flip side of that, if you play Arconas on the light side, you need to back it up with either It's a Trap or Hujix, because the dark side's going to be trying to ambush that Arcana in this format. So let's add pin down for now. Because again, if you can get Dr. Evasion with a blaster down and stop that, is that immune to alter as well?
It is immune to alter. Yep.
Great. So we can start it. And it's always out. So that's nice. So we've looked at our effects, and actually go back. There's one more card we want to look at.
Sure.
Program Trap. What do we have a lot of in this deck? We're running droids, right? So why not run this Program Trap as well? And maybe we can ambush light side at a site by just dropping a cheap droid and blowing them all up.
Sure.
All right. So this is that synergy we're looking at. We've noticed that we have droids. How can we make those droids work? We noticed that we have Dr. Evazan. What can we do for weapons? You're limited in your choices. So when you see any type of synergy, you want to start looking at the packages that you can build around that. So interrupt time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one interrupt. We need the prepare defenses. Absolutely.
Yep. And I really like Ellis Hellrot here as well, because you're not running Imperial Arrest Order. So you can Ellis Hellrot, especially Dr. Evazan, around and really cause some damage with him. I think a Gick is always useful if you can fit it in. So let's put that as a potential.
Yes.
If you get a projected telepathy, I did not see us get one, but if you get one, projected telepathy is a must add, because if you are light side and you get an anger, fear, aggression, teacher, put the earmuffs on because you're going to get really mad about this. But if you get anger, fear, aggression, you basically want to start that. You want to start that card, okay? Because 40 card decks, 4 damage is 10% of their deck. So very often it'll pop first turn. I think switch off, definitely to protect your droids. Definitely Omnibox, and it's worse. It could be worse. Another popular card. If you get it as light side, you're going to play it. If you're dark side, you want to bring some counter potential there. So I really like that. Overwhelmed, one of Teacher's favorite cards. I know Teacher loves Overwhelmed. It's a tremendous card. Great way to get rid of things. And now let's talk about Talon Roll. So we're at 43 cards right now. Okay.
Yeah.
If we were to add Talon Roll, we got to go back and add Scythe 1. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's worth it to have the Talon Roll in there?
You look at the average Destiny. This deck has a lot of droids. Its Destiny is not bad, in all honesty. I guess the question is, to Talon Roll successfully, what would a Talon Roll against an X-Wing look like?
So with the Scythe 1, you get a maneuver, I think, of 4. You get a power of 1. With your pilots, they're all adding only 2. So you'd have a total of 7 versus an X-Wing's total of 3. It'd be pretty, or 5 if it's like a piloted X-Wing. Pretty good chance you're gonna take it out.
What do we think about like actually getting getting the tie and the Talon Roll together?
That's my thing about it. Yeah, is you got to get all 3 cards. You got to get a pilot, a tie, and a Talon Roll, and they got to have a Rebel starship to Talon Roll. So I'm okay with leaving it out, and I'm kind of liking where we're at. What other interrupts do we have? Do we have anything else that's really good here? Twi'lek Advisor. Nah, you don't really need to pull any effects there.
Well, I would say Twi'lek Advisor, so you can get Return to Base, so you can track a 5. Is the most I would say there.
That's fair. Yeah, you could use it like that. And what's right above Weapon of an Ungrateful Son?
That card? Trade Federation Tactics 2 to target a starship zoom system.
This is a nice card as well. This card can create some beatdowns with your battleship, so I'd throw that in there also.
Armor. What am I? Is armor armor would be on the. Okay.
Yeah, so you add 6.
Okay.
Yeah, you're adding 6 to your power there, and it's a Destiny 6 if you draw it. So toss in that Twi'lek Advisor that Bill was talking about as well. And now what I like to do, we've covered all the main things. We want to just take a look at some specialties. The first thing I check is objectives. Do we have any playable objectives here? Usually the answer is no.
Objectives. I don't think I got any. I
Yeah,
think the only objective I got was mind what you've learned.
Yeah, and now let's go over to epic events. Now, there's one thing you're looking at an epic events. It's an auto win. If you could get pod racing as Darkside, you're almost always going to get a Darkside pod racer, and then you need the pod racing arena and the starter card for it. So if you do happen to get lucky enough to get Bunta Eve pod race, you just go ahead, you start packing that in and preparing. Would you open up the card type? Is there any card types we haven't looked at? I guess devices, but devices suck for Darkside.
Yeah. Belts, carbon chamber.
And defensive shields I don't really do unless I get the starting effect for them.
I don't think I got
because their Destiny 0, so it's kind of
I got some Padre stuff, but not utilizable.
Yeah, you'll almost always get a pod racer as Darkside. It's nice. So if you can get the stuff to do it. So
weapons, but nothing I can do with it. Wait, no, we didn't look at
vehicles. And we did miss a big one there. So right there we have the AAT, and that thing is a game breaker. I love fitting this in because you have pilots and you have battle droids. So let's go ahead and slap that guy in there.
Yeah, this thing is.
I think there's a case to be made for Tempest Scout 1, but not with your deck. You don't have any real exterior sites you're trying to control. So, we're really looking at the AAT as being for, just attacking opponents' sites. You could add the laser cannon. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's going to get tight here on cards. So here's where we have to start making some tough choices. We got to drop 7 cards now. I think the first card that stands out, we talked about Gaul only being a potential. If you look at your 2 weapons that you're using, okay, Gaul's text is that, you can take somebody out with a blaster, but you already are putting your blaster on Dr. Evazan. And if you fire the cannon, it's not a blaster number 1, and it already makes them go lost number 2. So let's get rid of Gaul, and we got to get rid of 6 more cards. I think Imperial Helmsman, being that he only forfeits for 2, is a good one to chuck.
Yeah. If I had some cheaper Star Destroyers, I'd consider keeping it to just drop like a victory or something with him that still draws
Yeah.
Destiny, but no.
And it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm thinking that Return to Base and Twi'lek Advisor might be the next two that I'm looking at here. And my thoughts there are that it's expensive to put out. It costs 4. And if Lightside's not even running any space, it's a dead card because you're not going to lose any ships, and that's very common. So I'd probably chuck Return to Base and Twi'lek.
Okay.
And then we're down to what, 42, 43?
Yeah.
43.
Probably 42 because we can dump this laser cannon.
Yeah, I'm fine with getting rid of the laser cannon.
Sometimes it feels like a win more in some situations, but
Yeah.
Go switch off. Is that a win more card?
It's interesting because we got 2 of that droid that drains at the incinerator. I think we could drop O switch off. Shame to get rid of a 6 Destiny used, but we do got to get down to 40 cards, and we're at 42 now.
41.
41. We need to get rid of 1 more card. I'd be looking at probably getting rid of a droid. Probably that deploy 2 droid, the orange one there. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
And so now we have 40 cards. So this is what we have to work with. I think it's got good potential. Is it top tier? This isn't a broken deck, okay? Sometimes you just get an absolute broken deck. But I think that this gives you good chances to win. And if I was to take this deck into AOTJ, looking at the 10 matches that you play in grinders per season, I would expect to probably win 6 or 7 games with this, and I'd be pretty satisfied with that.
All right, let me save this really fast.
Now, Bill, what's your timeline looking at? I know you had some things to do today. Do you have time to go through light side, or should we call it quits?
I gotta go in like 10 minutes. So if you guys want to
let's wrap it
continue,
up.
if you guys want to continue, I continue recording, or we can record this another time.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Ellie, we'll stay on the call and kind of go through your light side, but this way we can, kind of finish the video. Bill can publish it at his leisure
totally.
here.
No, that makes complete sense.
And does anybody have any questions about, the method that I was kind of doing here, or any of the choices we made?
No.
No, I like it.
I like the point about see if like starships are just even viable before we even start thinking about it and stuff like that. So just save time and focus.
Exactly. And it helps you decide, like if you don't have starships, you don't even have to look at your systems. You just completely, okay, let's go to sites and let's start building around a ground force there. Really locations are key in this format. If you can get good locations, especially a lot of 2-0s, you want to play that because, you can get a good activation lead on your opponent, have control of the game. But I like where you're going here. You've got Overwhelm to lock down systems. You've got the Drain of Tuat Sullust, which is very impactful. And you've got some nice counter cards on the ground. Dr. Evazan, Guri's big power. The backup battle droids are big power. You can fight at a location. Probably only 1 or 2 locations you can challenge on the ground, but that's enough in this format.
Yeah, especially having the incinerator. Like I can just maybe park it in.
Yeah, they can't hurt you there. They can't drain there. You're not giving anything up. The only real liability that you have is the ice planes, and you've got the AAT. If Lightside gets there, you can come down very hard with 2 Battle Destiny there.
Yeah, 100%.
I do have one counter corner case regarding the incinerator. If Lightside has a surprise assault, they can drain over you and then assault over your droids.
Yeah,
it's rare, but it is a thing.
So teacher's right, and this is a really cool thing with the card surprise assault and counter assault is if your opponent has a droid or any other item with no ability, like let's say that you beat them down in space and they left an unattended starfighter there. They have 0 power, but they do have a starship. So you can cancel your own drain with counter assault or surprise assault and then draw against their power 0 starship or their power 1 droid there. The only thing I'll say is that before we published this video, nobody knew of that trick, but now, thanks to Teacher pointing that out, it might become more commonplace. But yeah, that is a little known strategy that is very sneaky and can kind of like be those 1 or 2% chances where you turn a game that you otherwise would have lost. And likewise, do be careful. I mean, you can't really be too careful because the fact of the matter is that in this format, you have to take some chances. And if they have a counter assault or a surprise assault, it's going to hurt. Those are cards that are almost auto adds in this format because of what I said before. You're just locked into the 2/2 characters that you're going to draw. So it's very common to see if you do get some counter assault protection in some way, it's fair to put it in. But usually it's just one of those risks that you just have to take in this format.
Right. All right, cool. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. Bill, thank you for hosting this session, and I hope people like the video. And No Girl, we'll stay on the call, and we'll take a look at this light side for you.
Totally.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks all.